Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are getting close to defeating the Union of Izk Center. I don't believe that they have any worlds left at this point. Now, we are currently... Are we invading on Fargus? What's going on here? I've completely forgotten. Yes, we have landed here. Okay, that makes sense. So these are those bugged transports, I think. And these guys, they're heading around like this to get this all cleaned up. We'll see if any of this comes to us. We might have some awkward interstellar Favarian conglomerate up here. We'll see. For the time being, though, I want to hop over to Plant Heart and take a look. We need to do some upgrades here. So let's get some lithic bores going. Let's get all of these guys upgraded. And that'll be absolutely wonderful. We're working on getting our capital back. Now, this is going up to the... this is going up to be the exotic research enclosure here. So this can go up right here. Perfect. So that looks fine. We'll get that all underway, and we'll just let that be for the time being. So up in Jana, I want to check in on how we're doing on our bombardment here. We're at 77%, so we're bombarding at double speed at this moment. So that looks good. It looks like our allies are leaving, or part of them are anyway. Okay. Well, that's fine. We're also bombarding on Littogina, and this is going to be done very soon. Incredibly, incredibly soon. So we'll let that continue for the time being. I want to check in on Chitris. How are things looking over here? So we're up to 32% devastation here. We're going to be bombarding there for a while, so that's understood. This fleet is pretty small, and yeah, this is going to the interstellar Favarian conglomerate here, so we're probably going to have our border be in Fargus, is what I'm thinking at this moment.
Widened.
So that's understood. We lost a scientist, and that's this scientist. Okay. Well, we'll need a new one, but we don't really have anything for that science trip to do just yet. So that's absolutely fine. I guess we could grab particle beams. We need to rework our fleets after this war, but now is not the time to do it. So we're going to grab, say, molecular disruptors. It's not a big deal for us, but we're going to take that for now. So that seems okay. We do want to change our capital back to Plant Heart, but do we want to wait until after the war to do this? Probably. I mean, this is going to take a little while to get built back up still. So that is going to take a little while, for sure.
Predatory shelter engaged.
Where's the button here to make this our capital again? Move capital, not possible while at war. Okay, yeah. So we just want to move our capital back there. That'll be fine. So they jumped into Norgon, and that's fine, actually. Them taking this back is actually ideal. If they want to go take all of these back, that would be great. We're just going to hang out here. I'm going to move to here, but we're not going to jump up this direction right now. We're going to let them take this. And then the hope is that they're going to go this direction and go hit Felix and then Hanar and then Inessa. We can follow them and hopefully fill this in with our territory instead of interstellar Favarian conglomerate. That's the dream. So at this moment, we need to see where they're going to go. Are they going to go to Fargus, or are they going to go to Felix? We really want to see Fargus. Unfortunately, they're going to Fargus. We want them to go to Felix. I think I said it the other way around just now, but that's the way we want them to go. So we're going to go to Garanth. They're going the opposite direction. These star systems out over here don't really matter too much, but we'd really like to have that quantum catapult. So we're going to head to... Actually, we're going to head to Norgon right now. These guys, they are going to fight up over here. Now, this invasion is going to keep going for a while. And that's understood. The Soaring Leaf was destroyed. That's okay.
The canopy is under attack.
And they're going to do some damage over here. I do think that they're probably going to win that. But is this going to go back to the interstellar Favarian conglomerate at this moment? That's the question. Because we have to hop back up over there and deal with those. Yeah, it went back to the interstellar Favarian conglomerate. That's unfortunate. I'd hoped that it was going to come to us. But alas, it did not. So it looks like the station here actually has this under control. So we're just going to hop down this direction. This is all going to go interstellar Favarian conglomerate, and I'm not happy about it. But I don't think we have a choice at this moment. I think we got to do it like this. Unless... we need them to cooperate with us. And by them, I mean the Union of Izg Center. So I don't think that's going to be a viable option. So they lost that engagement, as we expected them to do. We're going to continue to punch through their capital, and that looks fine. How are things looking up in Jana? At this moment, this is at 87% devastation, 2,600 still there. Littogina, they've actually left. This is done. So we need to move this over to Chitris and help bombard out over this direction. Okay, 45% devastation. This is still bombarding at normal speed at this moment. So that seems fine.
Predatory shelter engaged.
And yeah, I'm not very happy about this situation up over here, but I guess we can have our border be Farkas. Like I said last episode, we've gotten a lot out of this at this point. We've gotten a lot out of this war, so it's fine if some of the others get this. It's not that big of a deal. But I am sad about it, for sure. No doubt about that. So at this moment, Chitris is going to be bombarding for a while here. And that's okay. This is going to go to us, and I suspect that down this direction is going to be all fine. This FTL inhibitor is actually gone. I'm going to send the second Corolla up to push past this direction. So we want to push out like this. Apparently there's no route for us to get here, but we're just going to push beyond this for now. And we're going to do like the interstellar Favarians did up over this way. Now we see a salvaged fleet back in Farkas. I don't believe that this fleet is capable of taking out this station. We'll see. And they are almost down below their combat width at this moment. We are through their reserves, and we are now starting to hit their backline. So that looks good. And yeah, I don't believe that this fleet is capable of dealing with that. So that seems okay. We're just going to push up this direction for now. And out this way, we can see that this went to the United Deathican Commonwealth. Okay, so once again, we've probably hit our borders here. That's okay. We'll accept that.
Shelter lost.
So up here in Fargas, I do believe that these are going to lose to the station. It's the theory anyway. And we're definitely going to take over this planet. 100% on that one. Now they are through the armor here.
Predatory
Are they out of
shelter
range?
engaged.
I think they're out of range. We have to pull back. That is unfortunate. We're going to take the sublight speed. That's very unfortunate. We have to pull back here.
Widened.
So that's understood. We just got molecular disruptors. Not a big deal. I'm mostly interested in taking things like, I guess experimental subspace navigation isn't a bad idea. So continue to push through out over this direction. There's not much space out over here, so we'll take Ranction. We'll see who gets this, but I don't think it'll be us. Yeah, it's the United Deathican Commonwealth that's getting all of this. So we're going to head out, taking a path somewhat like this. So we want to get all of this taken over like that. We can pop back to Tau Cygni like this, and then we can start to come through out this direction, heading here first, then we can go something like that. And then from there, we can just do something like this, which is largely going to wipe them out. There is still some Union of Izg Center down here, but that should get a huge percentage of their territory under our control. And by our, I'm talking about our alliance, not necessarily our control, because we're probably not going to get this stuff down here. And that's absolutely understood. So we do see that there's a friendly fleet that has moved in here, and they should have this under control. So in that case, we are going to go back to our previous plan over this direction. Excellent. So that friendly fleet has this very much under control, looks good, and now we're just wrapping up this engagement.
Predatory shelter.
So that's
engaged.
looking great, and their morale is basically broken. Not entirely, but it's almost gone. There we go. Now their morale is broken. They're doing almost no damage to us. Perfect. So this invasion is almost completed at this time. We just need to wrap up these last 3 here. And this is our capital, remember. So that's wonderful. And the Etherophasic engine has been destroyed. Okay. And we have control over it. So, I mean, I don't think we can do anything with it, but it looks cool. So there's that. So I want to move these guys up to Jana at this moment, and that looks good. Now, we're currently fighting out over here. This is a relatively balanced engagement. This is a pulsar, so there are no shields here. Which is kind of bad for us because they use a lot of lasers. So there's that. But we're doing pretty well in this engagement regardless, and yeah, we're cleaning this up. So that looks fine. But we're definitely taking more losses than we might have, I think, if we weren't fighting with this pulsar. But it's okay. So we're going to need to reinforce this fleet. We're going to need some maulers. No doubt about that. So we'll add in some juvenile maulers. There we go. Oh, this is up to 280. This is supposed to be at 180 size right now. We're going to be redoing our fleets very, very thoroughly after this war. But for now, this will do. Okay, so these are going to be weavers. So we're going to need some juvenile weavers here, and we need to take that up to 180. And then harbingers, we're going to need some juvenile harbingers, and that's it for now. So we'll reinforce that, and we're just going to continue to cruise on through here. Okay, how are things looking up in Jana at this moment? So this is a 99% devastation, and that garrison is still getting better. I do want to put in a commander here. There we go. We can now do that, so that's nice. And I do want to land on this. We've got enough fleet power, or rather enough land power to do this. But it's going to take us a little bit to get here, and that's good. That will get us additional time to whittle down these armies a little bit. There's still 30 of them there, so that seems fine. Over in Chitris, let's see how this is going. 65% devastation here. Still a long ways to go on that. Okay. And yeah, this is all going to the United Deathican Commonwealth over here. So it's just going to take some time for us to get through all of this. They do still have a powerful fleet out here. However, this dimensional fleet can probably fight that. They don't do well against dimensional fleets, so there is that. There's some Union of Izk Center up over here as well,
The wild spreads.
which is certainly interesting. And we're just going to continue to push up over this direction. They're busily repairing, but, I mean, we're not. So there's that. We definitely have some weak ships here. But we're going to fight them nevertheless. We have a much easier time replenishing than they do. They are in dire
Predators
straits at this
engaged.
moment. So that sounds good. They have actually moved a force in here. Is this their capital now? It is. Okay. So this is now their capital. That's noted. So we're just going to continue to push through here. That's absolutely A-okay for now. Over on Jana, we should be landed now, and that is going to be a pretty free battle for us. Now, I'm going to disband this. You might ask why. Aren't you going to need those? Yes, we are. But we're going to rebuild them after the war, and we need to resize our naval capacity. Right now, our naval capacity is a significant problem. I'm going to start getting this fleet heading down to Furkad. So that looks perfect. Chitris is going to be done eventually, but it will absolutely take some time to get this ready to go. We will be at double bombardment speed
Predatory
shortly,
shelter engaged.
so that looks good. So with Fargus fully under our control, that is excellent. And we can see that this is basically a completely blank world. Okay. Sounds great. So we're going to get some of these going. And we actually have a tile blocker issue here. We can get a bunch of these tile blockers cleared off, though. We should go through all of our worlds and clear off any tile blockers that exist, but that's going to be a little bit. Okay, orbital growth chambers. Cool. And we can definitely go for, like, Weaver Booster Blaster. That'll be okay for now. So we're going to attack here. We should not attack here. We should bring this fleet up to Z3. So we're just going to... We could retreat back to Fargus and get repairs. That's only 87 days. Yeah. Let's regroup over at Fargus. So that'll be fine. These guys are going to go get repairs, and then we're going to go out after this. We're not in a position to attack these guys right now. So that's fine. We can utilize the hyperspace relay networks out over this way and make our way over relatively quickly. So that seems good. Jana is, of course, going to be falling shortly.
Engaged.
Excellent. Yeah, that's looking very, very good there. So down over this direction, they keep trying to attack here, and this is because their retreating fleets are retreating to here because this is their capital. So that's absolutely fine. We don't have a problem with that. This is now at 75% devastation, and that means that they're now taking double damage here. So that's perfect. Jana, of course, will fall very, very shortly, and I do want to make sure that this fleet is reinforced. Can we upgrade here? No, we don't have shipyards here. Okay, so that's noted. So we're just going to reinforce this fleet for right now, and we're going to move in here. They are moving out this direction, which is not very surprising. So we're going to have both of these move in and enter orbit right here and get repairs. So repairs are happening for both of these fleets now, or will be shortly. And we can continue to reinforce this. We're a little short on food, but given our naval capacity situation, that's not very surprising. We could buy some food, and that's probably not a terrible idea.
Predatory shelter engaged.
There we go. So this fleet is now allegedly at full strength, and we're just waiting for repairs. The blossoming Corolla is now done with its repairs. So I'm going to have it start moving out to Z3, and the whirling Corolla will follow up as soon as its repairs are done, which will be quite soon here. Reinforcements will be streaming in over time, but it'll take them a little while to get there. Okay, head on out to Z3 yourself. So both of these should be positioning at the jump point. One will be slightly ahead of the other, but that's fine. Okay, so down over this direction, we're continuing to push through this territory. That looks good. Chitris is, of course, proceeding very nicely. No problem there. And we don't have additional armies on the way. I'm not sure if we even need them.
Predators
No, we
engaged.
don't. This will be fine. So we're about to get for a lot, and that is absolutely perfect.
On alien ground.
Next up, we need to move these guys over to Chitris. This is the last remaining world, and we're going to enter orbit over here. It's going to take about 6 months to get there. That's fine.
Horizons widened.
They're in an absolutely dire situation right now. Pops are declining on this world, and that's deeply unsurprising. Let's get some Cradles of Rebirth going there, but it's fine. So we're currently fighting out over here, or almost fighting. Hang out here at the Hyper Relay. We would love for these guys to come in and reinforce, and we would also love for our shields to get a chance to regenerate. We don't want to come in and attack them yet. So we're just going to hang out here, wait for our friends, wait for our shields.
Predatory shelter engaged.
And then we're going to go. Remember, they use heavy lasers. Shields are very effective against them. Okay, we're good. So now we're going to go in and attack them. We will take losses, but we'll be in a much better position than we otherwise would be.
Invasive growth engaged.
Okay, so we have a physics research that we need to get going, and this is going to be mining beam projectors for now. We're just kind of cleaning up a lot of these techs at this moment, and that'll be fine. So we're going to do a lot of damage to these guys, but we are going to take some damage as well. But this is, I think, their last remaining big fleet. Or maybe they have one down here. This is not a big fleet. I'm pretty sure this is their last remaining big fleet. So that's fantastic. So we're going to get this taken care of with no major issues. It's going to take them a while to retreat, and they may show up back in their capital, which would be fantastic for us. We'd be absolutely delighted to see that. So at this moment, I want these guys to come take this and then move into Berzoon. And then I want our other fleet here, which is these guys. I want them to come down over... Actually, we don't need to do this anymore. Our allies are on that. They can come down over this direction like so, but that's going to take them a while to get there. A very long while. That's not a good path. There's no connection here. Honestly, just go with up over this way. It's fine. Okay, so that seems okay for now. We'll just have this fleet be the one that's responsible for this area down here, too.
Predatory
so we'll just
shelter
order
engaged.
as soon as this battle is over, which will be shortly.
New knowledge blooms.
There we go. We'll just order that they come down something like that. And that should be the entirety of the Union of Izk Center. Now, they still have some guys down over this way, right? They have their ally, their vassal, down over here. I don't know that we care. I don't think this is relevant to us. We'll see if the war still exists after they no longer exist, which their existence stoppage is going to be when this world is gone, which will be relatively soon. We have our forces on the way over to invade that world. They're going to be arriving in about 65 days, so we're definitely making very, very solid progress there.
Invasive growth
They
engaged.
do have an attack swarm out over here. I don't think this ship even wins this. No.
Predatory shelter engaged.
I don't think they even win this. Unless that station isn't firing back. Which it may not be. We could send one of our fleets up to Uner, and the other fleet could just go take care of this. Perfect. So that'll be fine. We'll just make sure that that's under control. So that all looks good at this moment, and we're still busily pushing through these areas up over here. Looks good. We'll be arriving over here with our transport fleet
The path is
momentarily.
laid.
So this war is virtually over at this point. So our fleet is arriving, or rather our army is arriving, and the question is, do we want to land here? Or do we want to keep bombardment going? Well, I do want to sell some energy credits. I just bought energy credits. That's not what we wanted. We wanted this. There we go. So that'll do for now. We have sold literally every energy credit that we had. Maybe shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. So we got this cleaned up, and I want these guys, honestly, to start pulling back all the way to Plant Heart. I think the war is over for them. So we'll start doing that for now. That looks good. We still have a couple more fleets that the war is not over for yet, and that is these. So this bombardment is proceeding, and I think we should honestly just land. Let's do it. So we're going to land our armies here. That means that these two also have the war over for them. So we're going to pull them back as soon as this invasion is actually done.
Spreads.
Okay, I'm going to pull them back here. The invasion is underway here. Perfect. So that all looks good. Our fleets are almost all pulling back. The only one that isn't is this fleet. And this fleet still has some work to do. No doubt about that. But honestly, after this invasion is over, that will no longer be relevant, likely. So that sounds good. We're just going to continue to invade here. It all seems great.
Old growth cleared for new life.
It is, however, about time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as a bit of a cliffhanger. And next episode, we're going to wrap up this war. I believe this is their final planet, so they will cease to exist after this. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.